how would you like to be married to legendary actor Anthony Hopkins and have to direct him in a movie? Well, Jess had a chance to ask Stella Hopkins, who worked with her famous husband in the new movie, Elyse.
So tell me, what can I do for you? Why are you here?
I feel like I'm slowly losing my mind, and I don't know what to do about it. Everyone thinks that there's something wrong with me. Do you see anything wrong with me?
So Stella, let me first start by saying congratulations on your directorial debut. This film was absolutely beautiful. But why was this movie or this topic of mental illness so important to you?
The subject of mental illness is very personal to me. I grew up in a home. My mother was an undiagnosed schizophrenic, and I know firsthand how it disintegrates the family when you have a member of the family afflicted by mental illness or addiction, which is mental illness, often come together. So I didn't start off writing about the personal story. I knew that I wanted to touch on mental illness. And as I started writing the script, it unfolded that I was able to use access a lot of the memories, the feelings, what I witnessed my mother going through, the isolation, the kind of that languid, lonely walk where you're lost and you don't know really what direction, you're going in day to day, moment to moment. And of course, witness what it did, for the entire family, her friends. So it's a personal story, and I was able to create the character of Elyse based on a lot of that information.
What do you find to be the most challenging part about making this film?
Well, it was exactly that. I wanted to be sensitive to the community of those afflicted and the families of those afflicted. So I wanted to be accurate. I wanted to be sensitive. But I also wanted to use a little bit of my creative freedom in telling the story, which I did. And I wanted to give Elyse a full sort of spectrum of her arc of her character. And I used dream sequences to show when her life was better and how she saw herself as a beautiful woman internally, but obviously externally she was disintegrating with mental illness. So it was that difficult choice of being accurate and yet using a little bit of creative freedom to tell a movie that not necessarily for entertainment, but to sort of compelling or to be provocative in some way. That is the purpose of a film, I think.
Can't you just talk to me woman to woman?
Lisa, are you aware that there may be something wrong?
So you got to work with your husband, Anthony Hopkins. How was that? Any behind the scenes moments that you're able to share?
Well, first in writing the script, I said, the score of the film is a very important component because within Elyse's world exists a lullaby that she kind of repeats to herself as a mantra, as a way to find sort of solace within herself. And when I explained the lullaby, he immediately said, I have it. And he went to work and came back from the studio with this beautiful piece of music. And it plays such an important part of the film. But working with him as a composer, director, that was dynamic. Of course, he plays one of the characters of the role of Dr. Philip. So directing him, I thought the best way that I could direct him is to stay out of the way, sort of, and allow him to do what he knows best. I did work, of course, with Dante Spinotti on the lighting of the room, the feeling that I wanted to create for the scenes that Tony was in. So in that sense, I created the environment, but the actual, moments of him in the acting, the character, I gave him a lot of space.
Yeah. Yeah, I imagine.
Experience, I don't think I can come, and give him a whole lot of information that he doesn't already have.
I imagine. Thank you, Stella. You can catch Elyse in theaters and on demand starting December 4th.
Thank you very much, Jessica.